Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Oblong Polka Dots and my name is Kerr, and on this channel we talk about makeup, skincare, and beauty. So if that's something you're into, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to use the Alter Ego Blooms palette. This is what it looks like. Let's take it out of the case. It's spring. When I'm filming this, it is May 1st, so I figured why not a Blooms palette for spring. This palette, I believe, is supposed to be a dupe for one of the Natasha Denona palettes, although I'm not sure which one. Maybe the retro palette, I don't know. But it does come with a giant mirror, and it has mattes and satins. And generally, the Alter Ego formula is really nice. So I'm looking forward to doing a quick look with this. Quick because, as usual, I'm in a hurry. Not a hurry, but I can't dilly-dally. I'll put it to you like that. Let's pull this back a little. Let's adjust our mirror. So typically when I'm doing my eye looks, I like to go with a gradient. So I start with the lightest in the inner corner all the way to the darkest in the outer corner. So let's pick 3 colors. We'll pick 2 mattes and a shimmer. How about, let's make it super duper easy. Let's go with more of a pink look. So why don't we go with Azalea and how about, I'm not making this easy for myself, am I? How about Azalea, Peony, and Fuchsia? Those 3 colors. All right, so let's start. Let's not start off by dropping things. I've been dropping things so much lately. Is the camera crooked, you guys? Is that all right? Is it crooked? Let me know. Let's prime the face. I have been stuck on stupid with this Fenty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. I love this little primer so much now, and I did not like it at all when I first bought it. So there you go. Sometimes things have to grow on you. I'm going to pop this on. My face is already cleansed and treated and moisturized. So let's put this on like so. And then for my eyes, I'm going to throw on this Essence Prime Like a Boss eyeshadow base. This is my absolute favorite eyeshadow primer right now. I don't know what it is, but this stuff really punches above its weight. It is fantastic. And it's completely affordable. It's less than like $4. So not only do I have this little tube in my hand, but I have 3 backups because one thing's for sure and 2 things are for certain. We're not going to run out of this primer. It does feel oily when you first put it on, but don't freak out. It totally is fine. Okay, so we need a brush. I feel like I'm just a little out of sorts this morning. Here we go. We have a brush. It's flat. We're going to start off with the color Peony, that light pink color. I'm going to pop that on the lid. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. It's coming out on my eye a lot more sort of fuchsia / violet, like a combo of those 2 colors together. And I'm just patting this on the lid to get some saturation going. There's very little fallout in the pan. Very, very little. And it's coming out smooth with this primer, but I have the feeling if I hadn't used the primer, that this might be a little bit patchy. And that does happen with colors that are a bit lighter. They can be patchy at times. So I'm not seeing any fallout in the face so far. That's good. Let's pop that on there. This formula is a bit dry. So you know how the Natasha Denona formula is drier than, say, Lorac? This is a little bit drier than the Natasha Denona formula, but not much. It's minuscule, almost imperceptible. And it's smooth and it's going on beautifully. I do like that. What do you think? Do you like that color? It's a good color to start with. There we go. Yeah, nice and bright. If you hear a bunch of noises, because my family's here. The next color we're going to go into, same brush. We're going to use that Azalea. Oh, no, wait. Were we supposed to use Azalea and Peony? or azalea and snapdragon. Girl, I already forgot, but we're going to use azalea. Actually, no, I think I said snapdragon. We're going to use snapdragon. That'll be for the outer corner. I'm going to put that right here. Ooh, I do like this one. This is nice. It's popping it in at an angle. Oh, that's pretty. Very pretty. Very minimal fallout in the pan. Very nice. It's so bright and cheery. I like it because it's almost a burgundy, but not really. It's definitely more pink. And it lays down really well with this peony. Yeah. Ooh, very nice. Hey. Okay, so let's take a pause and grab a fluffy brush. And we're just going to blend out these edges a little bit, just so we don't have a harsh line. And typically I like to just blend up into that crease, and I like to pull it out so it stays at an angle. So you get that kind of like nice pulled look. And same on this side. There we go. Just so it blends in, because I really don't want to have like a harsh line on my face. All right, so back to the main show. We're going to take the same brush, but this time on this side that we've used, we're going to throw on some glitter primer from NYX so that we can really make that other color, that fuchsia, just pop. And I hope it was fuchsia. I don't know. I'm not awake, you guys, so I think it was fuchsia that we talked about. So hopefully it's fuchsia that we're about to use. And this primer is sticky. You can feel it right away when you go to put it on your lid. Like, it's immediately tacky. And a tiny, tiny little bit goes a very long way. So just keep that in mind. And really, you're just laying down that primer wherever you want it to be brightest. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to take this exact same brush, but we're going to flip it over to the clean side, and we're going to dip it into that. Is it petunia or fuchsia? Y'all, I'm out of my mind. We're going to go with petunia, and just in case I've changed my mind 4,000 times with this, we're going with this color, just because I want something to be really bright and poppy on my lid, because I am going to work today, and I want a bright look, not a sultry look. And as expected, this color is gorgeous. Look at that. Can you see it? Holy crap, this is beautiful. I'm loving it. Wow. Very nice. Let's pop a little more on there because, you know, why not? As Candace Victoria says, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. This is a spring look if I've ever seen one. Yeah, buddy. Look at that. That's fun. There's no denying that's fun, you guys. Okay, pop that over there. And then we're just going to go back in up here with a little mixture of the azalea and peony. And we're just going to pop that into the crease just to warm it up a little bit and have it transition nicely. There we go. Nothing too heavy, just something to kind of tie it all in together. There we go. What do you think? I think this look is very bright and very cheery. And I like it. This is a nice palette. Definitely going to use this one again, especially right now during the spring. Okay, let's finish up all of this. I do have a little bit of fallout, so let's grab this and a little bit of that. The Clinique Take the Day Off, and we're just going to clean that up a little, and then we'll finish it up. There we go. And same for this side. Let's clean it up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. There really wasn't much fallout at all. It was very minimal. Super duper minimal. Okay. Oh, my lips are dry. Let me put some chapstick on. All right, let's go in with our Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. This is in the shade 470, which is kind of my fall winter shade. And really for Seattle, it's fall, winter, spring, because it does not get sunny here until summer. And by that, I mean end of July, August. There we go. I love this concealer, and it plays well with so many different types of foundations that I can just wear it. And then for the foundation today, I'm going to be putting on this Makeup Forever HD Skin. And the shade that I use is 3N54, and in parentheses is Y463. And instead of popping that there and pop that here, this is about one pump. It's going to dot that. And then maybe another half pump. And we'll dot that. All right. This is another foundation I've really been loving. I've just been wearing the heck out of it. And we're just going to blend it all in. The sponge that I'm using is dry. I prefer to use my sponges dry. I used to use them wet, but I kept having so many problems with the bases I was putting down. I would have like issues where it was too sheared out or it was pilling. And I realized that just a dry sponge for me works well. So that's what we're using. And I really don't put a lot of foundation on, just enough to kind of even out my tone and just make it look, I like my foundation, I should say, or my base to look really skin-like. So I'm not necessarily trying to cover up my flaws so much as I'm just trying to even it out a little bit. I don't mind hyperpigmentation showing through. I don't necessarily mind my melasma showing through. That's just part of my skin. It's part of what I look like. That's the reality of it. But I do like my foundation to look skin-like. So there we go. Skin-like. That's what we're going for. So next, I have been obsessed with setting my under eye. Even though I really like that kind of glossy look underneath my eyes, I don't know what's going on. I just suddenly want it to be matte. So we're going to use this little puff that I got from Amazon. And we're just going to set underneath using the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This one is in Honey. You really don't need a lot of powder. The more powder is not actually better. So, and sometimes I go a little bit overboard, admittedly. I think I just like the way that it looks a little more bright underneath or a little more polished. There's something about that. I don't know. There's something that I'm really, I don't know. I have no idea. I just know I've been liking it. That I know. Again, if you use too much powder, it just doesn't look very, it looks kind of like, it shows more creasing. And then for my rest of my face, I'm going to set it in the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. They don't make this anymore, and it's my favorite setting powder. And we're down to the nubbins here, so when it's gone, it's gone. That will be the end of it. And then I'll be forced to use one of the 10,000 other setting powders that I have. Let's see. Because it's getting to be so low. Let's tap it into the lid. I keep trying to use just a little tiny bit. There we go. That's better. Okay, and then for my cheeks, I have been using the exact same blush over and over and over again because it has me in a chokehold, and I'm willing to accept the chokehold at this point because I'm just loving it. So I'm going to use the, let's put this down. This is from Marina Beauté. It's an Afro-Swedish brand, and the color is called Sweet Brown. And the sweet brown goes with everything all the time, always. And it's like my favorite blush right now. And I bought, I should say, a whole bunch of bronzers recently, so I really need to kind of get into that bronzing and contouring. I only dabbled in it before. I never really did it as like a standard part of my face. So it's going to be fun to try that, try something new, get another part of my routine going. There we go. I do like to bring my blush right up underneath my eye. I think that it makes it look really nice. And I also like to just kind of spread it out a little bit further than it would normally go, because I feel like it gives a more ethereal look. I don't know if you guys can see that, but in person, that's what it does. Oof. Okay, and let's go ahead and throw on a little bit of liner. The liner I have in front of me is the Urban Decay Love Drug. And I'm going to sharpen this a little bit, just a scotch. There we go. That's better. Oops. Okay. I have quite the mess in front of me. Give me a quick second. That's better. So I like to line just my upper lash line. I don't like to line my lower lash line because when I do, I just feel like it ages me. And I know I mentioned this in every video, but I feel like if I don't mention it, people are going to be like, I wonder why she didn't line her lower lash line. Well, that would be why. I like to tight line my upper lash line, so I go into the waterline, so above and below the lash, because I feel like it makes my lashes look thicker. And who doesn't love a thick, luxurious lash? There we go. Much better. Okay. And let's go in with some setting spray. So I normally use my Kryolan setting spray, but I think today I'm going to go in with this Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. So there's one lid, another lid. Let's see. There we go. Whew. Let's let that dry. This one is a lot more wet than the Kryolan. And come on, dry. Hurry up and dry. But I do like the way that it makes my makeup melt together. So this, let's put it backwards along so I'm not looking for it later. And now I think on top of that, I might go with the Kryolan. No, this is good. This is fine. I'm going to go ahead and get this look completed with the Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. I've talked about this mascara before. I love the formula. It's beautiful. It's the wand that I have problems with. So if I'm in a hurry, such as today, I tend to poke my eye out with it because the spoolie is gigantic. You can see it's like huge. And I typically like a spoolie that's smaller. And I also typically prefer a spoolie that's a brush instead of this like hard sort of plasticky type deal. But that's okay. Like that. And this. A little bit more. I don't take the spoolie and pump it back into the tube either, because I feel like there's an ample amount of product that lands on this spoolie. I don't need to add more product. It would be way too much. And then for my bottom, typically it's the bottom where I run into trouble with this thing, because I don't necessarily think it was designed with bottom lashes in mind. That's good enough. Let's not go overboard. Let's not go overboard. All right, and then we're gonna finish our lip. I was gonna go with this gloss. I'm gonna go with this gloss. This is from Juvia's Place. I've been wearing it a lot lately just because it happens to be sitting right here with 4,000 other lipsticks and glosses, and it just is a neutral that goes with everything. Let's pop that on. Ta-da! And there we go. And that's it. Let's straighten these brows out a little bit. Just a little. I have this brush from MAC. It's actually a pencil that is called Spiked. So my eyebrows are tattooed, so I typically don't fill them in, but when I do, I use Spiked. Here we go. That's the look, you guys. What do you think? Very spring-like, right? Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.